Hi there, Belma from Work Bigger here, helping you do work you love that makes a difference in the world without burning out. If you're curious about entrepreneurship and building multiple revenue streams, you're gonna wanna watch today's video and you're gonna wanna stay till the end because I'm gonna share a lot about this today. Last month in the Work Bigger community, we talked about what it takes to start a successful business and build multiple revenue streams. We had one of our members, Alexandra Fay Hampton, who is a serial entrepreneur, talk about her own experiences that she's learned about starting and growing her businesses. Alexandra started her entrepreneurial journey as an independent consultant alongside her 9 to 5. And a couple of years later, she joined her husband in building Portsmouth Paddle Co, which is their local paddleboarding business in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Her experience with building Portsmouth Paddle Co quickly inspired her to found her own seasonal yoga business called Seavasana. And Seavasana is focused on providing accessible movement and mindfulness experiences in nature. And now in our household, because her husband has started other businesses in the meantime, between her and her husband, Alexandra is, helping. She and her husband together are running 4 growing businesses, which is just fascinating. So today, what I want to do is I want to give you a sneak peek into what our conversations here at Work Bigger are like, because the Work Bigger members are absolutely brilliant. And every single month, what we do is we have one of our members co-host or lead a call, right? We'll have different topics, but basically our members are sharing valuable lessons that, that they've used to build a career they love. So, we talk about the experiences that our members had, the challenges that they faced, and what they've done to overcome the challenges. And the insights are always incredibly valuable and also tangible. So I'm going to share them here with you today. All right, so here are 3 lessons to starting a business and building multiple revenue streams so that you can increase your earnings, all while making an impact. So, all right, so number 1, make it personal. It is no secret that when something painful happens in our lives, our immediate reaction is to bury it or ignore it, right? We have that fight or flight response because it can be really painful to face that or to work through that. But today, I want to challenge you on that, right? And I want to ask you, what if you didn't ignore or bury the painful experiences that you've had in your life? I really believe your mission and the work that you're meant to do in this world can sometimes be connected to your most challenging life experiences, right? The difficult moments that you have can shape who you are if you're willing to look at them and if you're willing to explore explore underneath. So I've done a lot of personal and professional development work, obviously, as the founder of Work Bigger. And I shared on the blog a few weeks ago a video called How to Work with Discomfort, which is all about painful childhood experiences that I had around rejection and having to work through that. So for me, as the founder of Work Bigger, building and growing this company is actually enabling me to heal certain parts of my childhood that I didn't even want to look at for years. So for Alexandra, there's definitely similarities there, right? She's making this personal as well. Alexandra first started exploring the wellness space because of the curiosity she had around her own physical and emotional healing. So she shared with us that during her first year out of college, Alexandra suffered a neck injury at the hands of a yoga teacher, and this completely crushed her spirit, and this was a really difficult time for her. So eventually what started happening is that she started to re-explore different movement practices to help build up her physical strength again, right? And to help support with her confidence because it really impacted her confidence. She started picking up stand-up paddleboarding and bar, and after 7 long years of experiencing growth, experiencing additional injuries, refinding her confidence, she decided to become a bar and yoga teacher herself. And that's what led her to launch Seavasana. So I'm sharing this because leaning into your emotional triggers, right? Those are the emotional charges we've talked a lot about this on the blog, but if you're new, emotional triggers are hotspots that we experience, right? Or moments of emotional discomfort. If you can lean into those moments, or if you can go back and look at your life challenges and not be afraid to make the work that you do personal, right? It can be a really a big opportunity of self-discovery for you, right? It can be extremely powerful. There's growth there. And oftentimes those experiences, the painful moments that we have, can lead us to our mission. And to also create things that we didn't even know were possible, because this was definitely, Alexandra shared, this was not in her line of sight, building these businesses. This was not part of her plan. All right, number 2 is it takes time. So you have to stay in it, and you have to give yourself time to learn and to grow. And for me as a founder, this has been one of the most challenging lessons, because I'm really impatient and I want to see results a week ago, right? So on the community call, Alexandra was really honest about the time that she put into learning before launching. So before launching Seavasana, Alexandra had 2 years of solid market research, right? She spent time getting to know the wellness industry, learning the different business models that different yoga studios were implementing, right? And also understanding the role that she played in the industry. She had to stay in it, because that learning, right, it started to build on itself. And that's really what has gotten her to where she is now. And I'll add too, we talked on the last video we did with Leah Newmoff. Leah shared, another Work Bigger member, shared about her, career transition from real estate to art, and how that took her 2 years, right? And that time, the time that you put into, whether it's before launching or before making the move or before seeing the results that you want, that's a critical part of your journey. So I think working through that in patience and staying the course is a huge part of success and getting to your goal. So if you haven't seen that video, I definitely recommend you go and watch it. I'm going to link to it in the transcript. All right, lastly, lesson number 3, listen to the customer. So this might sound slightly like business school speak, but I want you to hang on, right? How often do you see a business that feels really slimy, right? Or one-sided, and like they're really in it just to make a few bucks? I think we've all seen that. And to me, entrepreneurship is actually so exciting, because it's the opposite of that. It's an opportunity to make the world better. And there are almost no limits to what you can create, right? When you're focused on creating value for someone else, there's so much that's possible. And for the founder, for you, right, for as the person who is embarking on that journey to start a business, what ends up happening is that you embark on this path of self-actualization and growth and innovation and learning so much about yourself. And this is what Alexandra is doing, right? And she's doing that by putting the customer first, by really coming from a place of service. So on the call, Alexandra shared how, as a small business, they faced several challenges. And one was they created these beautiful experiences for their customers, to have these amazing experiences in nature, but people weren't joining. And they really had to understand, like, what were the barriers to their participation, right? And people were afraid. They were afraid to try paddleboarding and yoga. It seemed really scary, especially if you weren't an expert. So they really had to understand what was underneath that, and they had to address that in order to help their customers participate in these incredible experiences. So I believe what I took away from this is that you should have that mindset and that approach, that customer first approach, and also the listening piece is key, which comes with that. Whether you're an independent consultant, whether you're running a 10-figure business, or whether you're working at an organization, it's really important, because this is about empathy and listening. And it's a key skill that's really going to help you get to your goal. All right, so I'm going to recap. Here are 3 takeaways to starting a business and building multiple revenue streams. So number 1, make it personal, right? When you're connected to your why, and when you're healing parts of yourself, and you're leaning into the things that scare you, the things that trigger you, right? The journey can become really meaningful. Even if it's not comfortable, it's going to be uncomfortable. Number two is it takes time. So stay the course, right? And focus on learning, because that learning piece is what leads you to success. And then number three, listen to the customer. This is why we build businesses in the first place, right? To solve a specific problem. So stay adaptive to what the customer needs. All right, now I'd love to hear from you. Are you thinking about starting a business this year, right? Which of these three lessons speak to you the most? Share with us in the comments. And if you have any questions, right, especially if you're just starting, or if you already have a business and you're trying to think through how to implement some of these lessons that I've shared here, share with us in the comments and I can give you some extra coaching around it. All right, that's it for today, Work Bigger. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching to the end. I'm really looking forward to hearing from you. And again, make sure that you're starting to put these lessons into action today, because there's no better time. All right, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye. Hi there, I'm jumping in here again to share a quick reminder that we're opening membership for the Work Bigger community in January. Work Bigger is your coaching community to help you do work you love that makes a difference in the world without burning out. So if you've been enjoying the videos that we've been sharing here on the blog, you will absolutely love being a member, because we take a lot of these lessons, we coach you through them, and we go much deeper. So as a member, you receive monthly group coaching to help you get unstuck and to help you achieve your big career goals. A community and network that always has your back and is incredibly supportive, and they always have an eye out for the best opportunities for you. And also career trainings and education to help you up level in your career and also develop as a leader. So keep an eye out. We're going to be sharing a lot more information soon, and go to workbigger.co/join us in the meantime if you want to learn more. All right, thanks so much.